The Book of Mountains and Seas is not only a geographical work in ancient China, but also a wonderful book that integrates mythology, history, culture, biology, pharmacology, and other aspects of knowledge. Since the Western Han Dynasty, this work has been regarded as an important material for the study of ancient Chinese thought and culture, folk customs, natural environment, myths, and legends. Its historical status lies in the extensive knowledge it contains and its profound influence on later literature, art, philosophy, and other fields. The stories and descriptions in the Classic of Mountains and Seas not only reflect ancient people's imagination and understanding of the world, but also provide modern people with a window to understand ancient society, and their cultural value is immeasurable. Among the many mythical characters in the Classic of Mountains and Seas, the image of Chiu, surnamed Jiang Enli, is particularly prominent. As a central figure in the conflict between the ancient Huaxia and Jiuli tribes, Chiu was portrayed as a war god with great strength and skill. In ancient Chinese mythology, Chiu is not only a symbol of war and bravery, but also regarded as a promoter of agricultural civilization and a pioneer of scientific and technological innovation. According to the History of the Road, biography of Chiu, Chiu's surname was Jiang, a descendant of Emperor Yan, and his real name was Li Tan. This blood relationship gives Chiu deeper cultural and historical significance, directly linking him to the ancestor of the Chinese nation, Emperor Yan. Chiu's image is complex and multifaceted, including cruel war scenes and his yearning and pursuit of peace and progress. Chapter 1: The Mythical Origin of Chiu. Description of Chiu in the Classic of Mountains and Seas. The Classic of Mountains and Seas provides us with the earliest documentary record of Chiu. In this ancient work, Chiu is described as a god of war with extraordinary abilities, able to control wind, rain, thunder, and lightning. The stories in the Classic of Mountains and Seas not only demonstrate Chiu's magical power, but also reveal his profound influence on ancient society. Through the descriptions in the Classic of Mountains and Seas, we can get a glimpse of how ancient people explained natural phenomena and social events through myths and stories. Chiu's dual identity as the god of war and a representative of farming civilization. The image of Chiu in ancient mythology is complex and multidimensional. On the one hand, he is a symbol of war and bravery, a fearless god of war, representing strength and victory. On the other hand, Chiu is also closely related to farming civilization. The Jiuli people he led were one of the first ethnic groups to cultivate rice and made important contributions to the farming culture of the Chinese nation. This dual identity made Chiu a bridge connecting human civilization and natural forces, embodying the ancient people's pursuit of harmonious coexistence and civilizational progress. The epic showdown between Chiu and Huangdi and its symbolic significance. The war between Chiu and Huangdi is one of the most famous stories in ancient Chinese mythology. This epic showdown is not only a contest of strength and wisdom, but also a collision of ancient culture and values. Chiu challenged the Yellow Emperor with his extraordinary courage and fighting skills, symbolizing the conflict and integration of different cultures and ideas in ancient society. In the end, the Yellow Emperor's victory marked the establishment of order and harmony, and also symbolized the unity and prosperity of ancient Chinese civilization. The story of the battle between Chiu and the Yellow Emperor not only shows the image of ancient heroes, but also reflects the values and worldview of ancient Chinese society. Chapter 2: Chiu and the Jiuli Agricultural Revolution. Chiu's Agricultural Revolution. In ancient China, Chiu was not only a brave god of war, but also a promoter of agricultural civilization. Under his leadership, the Jiuli people began to implement a series of agricultural revolutionary measures, which greatly improved agricultural productivity. Chiu's improvement of agricultural tools, innovation in farming methods, and introduction of rice planting technology all laid a solid foundation for the agricultural development of the Jiuli people. This agricultural revolution not only changed the production methods of the Jiuli people, but also promoted the spread and development of agricultural technology in surrounding areas. Jiuli people and rice cultivation. Under Chiu's guidance, the Jiuli people became one of the first people to grow rice in China. They used advanced agricultural technology to reclaim fertile land in the Yangtze River Basin and other places, and carry out large-scale rice cultivation. During this period, the Jiuli people not only achieved self-sufficiency in food, but also promoted local economic and social development, and gradually formed the famous Liangzhu culture. The Liangzhu culture is famous for its exquisite jades, rich agricultural sites, and complex social structure. It is an important window for studying the development of ancient Chinese farming civilization. The historical connection between the Miao and Jiuli ethnic groups. Chiyu's real name is recorded as Jiang Litan in ancient Miao books. This detail reveals the deep historical connection between the Miao and Jiuli people. The Miao people, as one of the oldest ethnic groups in Chinese history, their origin and development are closely related to the Jiuli people led by Chiu. Many traditional customs, farming techniques, and cultural beliefs of the Miao people can be traced back to the Jiuli people, reflecting the complexity and diversity of cultural inheritance and exchanges in ancient Chinese society. By exploring the connection between the Miao and Jiuli people, we can gain a deeper understanding of the development of the ancient Chinese nation and culture. Chapter 3, Pioneer of Rule of Law fought. Chiyu's historical status of the rule of law. In ancient China, Chiu was not only widely remembered as a god of war and a promoter of farming civilization, he was also considered to be one of the first figures in China to use law for social governance. This status is not only due to his bravery on the battlefield, but also due to his contribution to early legal thought. Chiyu's legal practice marked the transformation from tribal customs to systematic legal norms, laying the foundation for the formation of the Chinese legal system in later generations. Chiyu's law and Shangshu Xing. Shangshu Xing, one of the important documents in ancient China, records the laws enacted by Chiu. These laws are called the 5 cruel punishments and cover the punishment for various crimes such as killing innocent people. Chiu maintained social order by enacting strict laws, showing his emphasis on the principle of the rule of law. These early legal norms not only demonstrated Chiyu's wisdom in governing the country, but also had a profound impact on the development of the rule of law in later generations. Chu state's rule of law tradition and Chiu. The Chu state was a powerful state in the spring and autumn period. Its founding preceded that of many Central Plains vassal states, and it was mainly composed of the Miao people. The Chu state has a profound tradition of rule of law, and the Xiezhi crown, the crown of the king of Chu, is a symbol of judicial justice. There is a profound connection between Chu's rule of law tradition and Chiyu's rule of law concept. Heiqi, the legendary beast of justice, was used by the Chu state to symbolize the justice and authority of the law, reflecting the inheritance and development of Chiyu's rule of law thought in the Chu state. The rule of law practice in Chu state not only demonstrates the lasting influence of Chiyu's rule of law concept, but also demonstrates the development and maturity of ancient Chinese rule of law thought. Chapter 4, Chiyu's technological and military achievements. Chiyu's contribution to smelting and forging technology. Chiu is considered one of the pioneers of ancient Chinese metallurgical technology, especially his innovations in smelting and forging technology, which had a profound impact on the Jiuli people and even the entire ancient society. His technological innovations not only improved the efficiency and quality of metal processing, but also led the upgrade of weapons and equipment. Under the leadership of Chiu, the Jiuli tribe was able to produce stronger and sharper bronze weapons, which was undoubtedly a major advantage at the time and greatly enhanced the Jiuli tribe's military competitiveness. Chiyu's tactics and military innovations in the Battle of Zhuolu. The Battle of Zhuolu was a decisive battle between Chiu and Huangdi, and it was also one of the famous wars in ancient Chinese history. Chiu demonstrated outstanding military talents in this battle, especially in terms of tactics and military innovation. He not only used complex formations and combinations of troops, but also tried to use the natural environment and weather conditions to fight against the Yellow Emperor's army. Chiyu's military innovation not only reflected his wisdom and courage, but also showed the importance of technology and strategy in ancient warfare. The role and significance of Chiu and the Jiuli tribe in ancient wars. The role of Chiu and the Jiuli tribe in ancient wars was far greater than the victory or defeat of each battle. Their fighting spirit and pursuit of freedom and independence have profound inspiration and influence on future generations. Chiyu's military achievements not only consolidated the status of the Jiuli people in ancient Chinese society, but also contributed to the development of ancient Chinese military theory and strategy. At the same time, Chiyu's innovations in metallurgical technology and improvements in weapons and equipment also promoted the progress of ancient science and technology and the development of society. It can be seen from this that Chiyu's technological and military achievements are an integral part of his heroic legend. He is not only a brave god of war, but also a wise technological innovator and military strategist. By exploring Chiyu's contributions to smelting and forging technology, his tactical and military innovations in the Battle of Zhuolu, and his and the Jiuli tribe's role and significance in ancient wars. Chapter 5, Cultural Heritage of Chiyu's Legend. Chiyu's heroic image in ancient Chinese culture and its cultural significance. Chiu occupies a unique and complex position in ancient Chinese culture. As a heroic god of war, Chiyu's image embodies the ancient people's worship of strength, courage and wisdom. His legend is not only a narration of war stories, but also reflects the pursuit of justice, order and harmony in ancient society on a deeper level. The story of Chiu, especially the duel with the Yellow Emperor, is regarded as a symbol of the battle between good and evil, civilization and barbarism, order and chaos, thus forming a profound cultural significance and symbolic value in Chinese culture. The influence and inheritance of the legend of Chiu in modern society. The legend of Chiu and its cultural heritage still have widespread influence and vitality in modern society. In folk belief, Chiu is regarded as the patron saint in many places, and various sacrificial activities are held every year to commemorate his heroic deeds. These activities not only inherit the story of Chiu, but also promote the values of courage, wisdom and justice. In addition, Chiyu's image and story have also been widely used in modern cultural activities, such as literature, film and television, art and other fields, becoming a cultural bridge connecting ancient and modern times, tradition and innovation. The importance of the legend of Chiu to understanding the history of Chinese culture and rule of law. The legend of Chiu is of great significance to understanding the deep structure of Chinese culture and the history of the rule of law. Through the image and story of Chiu, we can get a glimpse of the values of ancient society, the social governance model, and the early exploration of the idea of the rule of law. As one of the earliest figures in China to use law for social governance, Chiyu's story provides valuable material for the study of ancient legal thought. At the same time, by analyzing the legends of Chiu and the Jiuli people, we can better understand the pluralistic and unified cultural characteristics of the Chinese nation and the origin and development of the Chinese legal system. In the vast picture of ancient Chinese civilization, the image of Chiu is both profound and complex. He is not only the embodiment of war and the pioneer of the rule of law, but also an important promoter of farming civilization. Chiyu's multiple roles spanned the boundaries of myth and history and became an important bridge connecting ancient times and modern times, tradition and innovation. As the god of war, Chiyu's bravery and strength embody the firm will and fearless spirit of the ancient people to fight against foreign enemies and defend their homeland. His heroic performance in the Battle of Zhuolu is not only a symbol of strength and courage, but also the embodiment of ancient military strategy and tactical thinking. As a pioneer of the rule of law, Chiyu's story reveals ancient society's pursuit of justice, order, and harmony. The laws he formulated were an early manifestation of ancient legal thought and had a profound impact on the development of China's legal system in later generations. At the same time, Chiu also represented the progress of farming civilization. The innovations of the Jiuli people he led in agricultural production, metallurgical technology, and other aspects provided a material foundation for the prosperity of ancient society. Continuing to study the legend of Chiu is of great significance for a deeper understanding of ancient Chinese civilization. The legend of Chiu is not only the memory of an ancient hero, but also a reflection of the development of ancient social thought, culture, legal system and technology. Through the study of the legend of Chiu, we can more fully understand the complexity and diversity of ancient Chinese society, and recognize the wisdom and courage of the ancient people in facing natural and social challenges. Future research directions can explore the possibility of Chiu legend in global cultural exchanges from multiple dimensions. On the one hand, we can explore the similarities and differences between the legend of Chiu and heroic myths in other cultures through comparative research, thereby deepening our understanding of the common cultural heritage of mankind. On the other hand, we can also study the dissemination and application of the legend of Chiu in modern society and how it is passed through culture. Through creative industries and other means, Chiu's image and story will be promoted globally, and cultural exchanges and mutual learning will be promoted. In addition, you can also explore the enlightenment of the legend of Chiu on modern social governance, legal system construction and agricultural development, providing ancient wisdom for solving the challenges facing the world today. In short, as an important part of Chinese culture, the legend of Chiu has profound historical heritage and rich cultural connotations that are worthy of our continuous exploration and research. By deeply exploring the multiple meanings of Chiu's legend, we can not only better understand and inherit Chinese culture, but also play an active role in global cultural exchanges and promote mutual understanding and respect among different cultures.